Listen. Listen. 100% of us are affected by mental illness ourselves or through friends and family. 42% of people say that they would not socialize with a person with a mental illness. Nearly 44 million adults experience mental illness in a given year. About 1 in 5 adults will experience a mental health problem this year. Only a little over 1 in 3 people with a mental illness receive mental health services. Suicide is the third leading cause of death in youth ages 10 through 24. Listen. Mental illness is not criminal. Someone with a mental illness is no more likely to commit an act of violence than the general population. Because someone has a mental illness does not mean they are not strong. Doesn't mean they are not normal. Doesn't mean they are lazy or broken. Doesn't mean they did something to deserve it. Doesn't mean they are not capable of greatness. Studies show that most people with mental problems can and do recover. Up to 24 million people of all ages and genders suffer from an eating disorder. 81% of 10-year-olds are afraid of being fat. Eating disorders have the highest mortality rate of any mental illness. We can end the silence. We can end the stigma. Warren County is home to over 2,500 veterans. 1 in 5 returning war veterans reported symptoms of PTSD or major depression. 20% of suicide deaths annually in the U.S. are military veterans. 1 in 4 homeless are veterans. It doesn't have to be this way. For people living with mental illness, work can be an essential step on the path to well-being and recovery. 4 out of 5 people with a mental illness are unemployed. It doesn't have to be this way. 1 in 5 children ages 13 through 18 have or will a serious mental illness. 50% begin by age 14 and 75% by age 24. The average delay between onset of symptoms and intervention is 8 to 10 years. Approximately 50% of students age 14 and older with a mental illness drop out of high school. 70% of youth in state and local juvenile justice systems have a mental illness. Suicide is the third leading cause of death in youth ages 10 through 24. Bullying can have significant mental health consequences for both victims and bullies. We can end the stigma. 80 to 90% of seniors in long-term care facilities suffer from depression. Connections plus sense of purpose equals mental wellness. Having a healthy mind is just as important as having a healthy body. This is all of us. Together. You are not alone. Listen. Be my example. Teach me about tolerance. Read me a story about kindness and friendship. This is all of us. Together. You are not alone. Listen. I can be the change. You can be the change. Together. We can be the change. Let's talk about it.